2. We are live. All right. We are live.
I
This
have
is
to
Life
not
in Linux.
hit the Cobra Kai thing again.
Oh, no. Hey, Cobra Kai. Ow. Life in Linux number 8, I think. I think it's number 8. Anyway. I may take a look at Cobra Kai, maybe. Like I said, I liked the first Karate Kid movie. The other ones after that, I guess they were okay. Just out of curiosity, I may take a look at Cobra Kai. So, welcome all to another Life in Linux for this Saturday evening, May 5th. Hey, it's Cinco de Mayo. What's up, man? Happy Cinco de Mayo. Pass the tequila. Kagan the Tennessean, Lamer Linux. I should have had like a drink ready to match the Cinco de Mayo celebration, right? I don't have
I got coffee. Does that count? And it might be Irish.
I guess I should maybe get my Powerade. Anyway, yeah, I know.
Yeah, speaking of Irish cream, I gotta step out and stir some ice cream here in about 25 minutes. So.
No, I went shopping at Kroger's and I got thirsty, so I grabbed a Nestle's strawberry milk drink off the shelf, and I was drinking it as I was shopping. They're really good.
Huh.
I mean, you should try it. They make it strawberry and chocolate, at least at the Kroger's here. 2 flavors. I grabbed the strawberry. It hit the spot. I mean, I didn't want Coke or something really sugary.
Do you remember that drink Yahoo?
Yeah. Yeah. Milk. Yeah.
It might actually still be. I don't even know if it was milk. It was chocolate something.
Yeah.
It was chocolate liquid. It wasn't quite chocolate. I don't remember it being milk. It was kind of like chocolate water, wasn't it?
It's been so long. I don't know.
I thought I saw that in the store though recently. I don't know.
Switch. Robert Lopez has something for you. Did you see what he said?
Cobra Kai rules.
Hello, Cameron. Yeah, we're gonna get this Linux party started. Yes.
I'm gonna delete that comment. No,
I haven't looked at it, so I don't know. But the trailers looked okay. Out of curiosity, I'll take a look, since I was involved in the martial arts years ago. So anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so frustrated with Hollywood and other producers not having new ideas, and so give me something original. I'll go look at it. But if you want to reboot and destroy my favorite childhood show, no. Not that Karate Kid was my favorite, but I own it. I confess, I own Karate Kid.
It's a good family movie when you think it's. I remember seeing it, and it wasn't what I expected, and it turned out okay. It was a good family movie. You know, wax on, wax off, Mr. Miyagi. You know.
First one was absolutely awesome. Second one was also good and serious. I just didn't like it as much for whatever reason. Third one got a little weird. And did you happen to see part 4? It was called The New Karate Kid.
I did not see that.
There's a girl. Oh Lord.
Oh, is that the girl? Okay.
Done.
Right.
They should have just been done with it. You know, some girl goes to Mr. Miyagi's house for whatever for a week, or Mr. Miyagi comes to. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
It was crazy. It was stupid. They end up going and meeting and hanging out with a convent of monks who end up showing up in Volkswagen later. It was just.
Okay. So it didn't work. Okay.
No, it's bad.
Well, that new Infinity War Avengers movie, I guess it surpassed $1 billion in ticket sales.
Good. Very
already.
good. Without 3D or with 3D?
I didn't. I just saw the headline, just $1 billion, which is 11 days. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, because the thing that kept Avatar on the list so high is the most grossing movie, and it may or may not still be. The only thing that would beat it is the Civil War, but is the fact that it was sold in 3D, so the ticket prices were higher.
Okay,
so that's the only thing
that would kind of skew the numbers a little bit.
Yeah,
yeah. I think James Cameron is working on Avatar 2 and 3 at the same time. I think they should make a movie about toss and switch. Robert Lopez. That's interesting.
We'd toss.
What could be the plot?
Toss out Windows and switch to Linux, man. That was bad.
The switch of hazards. Total toss.
There you go.
Interesting. See, I don't know what the exact plot line would be. You know,
the movies don't need plots anymore.
That's just lots of action, evidently.
Action. I mean, there's other things too. I don't think I want to get into, but you know.
Okay.
I want to change this topic quick.
Gael El Sebador, how are you, sir?
We are all well, and how are you? We were talking before we started the stream here, and we don't have as structured as a talking points as we do. So
Right.
we're just hoping enough of you guys jump on so you can.
If you guys have a topic, yeah, just type it in and we'll go from there. We'll talk about a few things that we were mentioning off live, but yeah.
Yeah, I did. Keegan, the Tennessean, sent me a fascinating article this week, so I did my tinfoil hat time today on mind manipulation. And I'm thinking about wearing that hat more often now, and it's a little weird. So.
Well, social media, part of social media is to manipulate our minds and to force us into behaviors that we normally would not do. Sneaky Linux, welcome. He says, Geezers. That sounds like a movie, Sneaky. Geezers, starring...
Calling a geezer, Sneaky.
What you talking about? Come here, little young whippersnapper.
Marvel ran out of ideas. They said, let's cram every superhero into one movie and we'll throw in a bunch of violence. About it. Oh, yeah.
Maybe they should take the old classic Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny and make it into an R movie. Wouldn't that be... Now, that would be original. That would be original. Hello, Jason.
Jason, how are you?
It would tick off a lot of parents and kids probably, but that would definitely be original.
Well, I mean, it was pretty bad back then. I did not talk actually about MK Ultra specifically. I talked mostly about advertising type stuff and into some of the new technology people are doing, which wasn't like MK Ultra dealt with drugs, abuse, violence, things like that to manipulate people, versus I talked mostly about the subliminal means of manipulating people today. And I did end up getting a good number of people to actually eat popcorn by the time I was done. I think it was just 6 months.
Cameron says, from the creators of TOS and STL, bring you the original distro tale. I like that.
There you go. We got to work on that.
You know what? That's actually not bad, Cameron. Yeah. The original distro.
I got it. The Tale of Two Distros.
There we go. The tale. I have Ubuntu Mate. You have Linux Mint Cinnamon. The Tale of Two Distros. That's, you know what, Cameron? That's pretty nice. Yeah. We'll have to think about that. Maybe have a surprise Life in Linux where we'll have a pitch for a movie or something, or
yeah,
TV series.
We'll just do it in the background and just release it as one of these days.
I like that. Original distro tale. Well, it all I remember when it started with Ubuntu years ago.
Yep. Well, I mean, I switched to Ubuntu first because, of course, it's the most prominent. But the thing that drove me crazy is not having my taskbars and things at the bottom. The layout. It was the layout that I needed. And so I was looking at, there was a plugin you used to be able to do to add one. It was a little clunky, but you could add it to the bottom of Ubuntu. And it's like, I guess this would work. And then, I found it. Linux Mint. Oh.
To the rescue.
And I was like, yep, Ubuntu's leaving this computer.
Kagan says the distro father. Kagan, my son, don't pay your respects to the distro father, okay?
He's gonna make you a pizza you can't refuse.
We're gonna make you a kernel you can't refuse.
Right.
Oh, good one, Kagan, the distro father. There we go. That could be a spoof of the Godfather.
I popped the kernels today and had some.
Yes, yeah. We need English EB on Steve. He says I should create Wise Guy OS and have like a bunch of horses' heads as wallpaper or something,
There you go.
Yeah, the Cadillac trunk in the background, the distro father. That's pretty good, Kagan. The distro father. Yeah.
I don't know where everybody is today. Like, we only have 14 viewers on right now.
Yeah, we usually have at least double that.
I had only like 40 people on my live stream today. That's pretty low.
Maybe it's one of the. It's not. No, Mother's Day is next weekend, so it's not that.
Next weekend.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe warm weather got hit, or I don't know.
Could be.
Or just YouTube's algorithms are going crazy.
Well, I mean, it was raining, so I'm in tonight. I went shopping, and I did finish cutting the grass today.
Yeah.
Got it all. I had to wait because I didn't fully charge my lawnmowers last night, so I got like 95% done, and then it conked out. I'm like, really? Came back in, put them on the. I actually did a Saturday day chat on my channel, like 40 minutes, while my machines were charging. Cameron, you're on a roll, and open An original open source production. I like that. We're on a roll, man.
I hereby say let's hire Cameron for the idea person.
Well, you know, Cameron, if you have an idea for a tale, let me I actually majored in English and I minored in screenwriting. So you know what? You pitch something to me, I might be able to work some out.
Hey, does Cinco de Mayo have anything to do with the decrease in viewership today?
Oh, I don't know.
Anywhere other than New Orleans, I have no idea. I know it exists when casually passes, but I am.
Yeah, until I realized it was May 5th, it never really crossed my mind, to be quite honest. Cameron, you are full of ideas. Absolutely.
All right.
I'm going to run in my fridge in the garage and grab a quick Powerade. I'll be right back.
All right. So I guess I'm running the show for a little bit. Yeah, so we're just hanging for now. So I guess, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the social media stuff. Derek from over at DistroTube is trying out a new system. So I think we're going to talk a little bit about that and maybe dive into some of the other alternative social medias today. That's kind of what we're going to chat about, I think. If you guys have any ideas about that, let us know, and we'll go from there. It's also a new Star Wars movie day. That's right, it is a new Star Wars movie day. Are people still watching that crap? I liked Star Wars until Force Awakens came out.
Well, I got my Cinco de Mayo drink.
Right.
Powerade with Ion for something, whatever that means.
There you go. Well, while you were away, I had mentioned that we're going to be looking at some alternative social media sites and ask thoughts on that. So
okay, sounds good. Also, to the right of me, and I have to charge it. I mentioned it last night on the stream. If you have an old machine, like an old laptop, I have an old ThinkPad R4 that had Windows XP, you don't have to throw it away. You can salvage it, assuming that it's not totally broken. This has got a broken battery clip at the bottom, so the normal battery won't stay on it. The clip broke. But this here, I installed Linux Mint XFCE, and Linux Mint will run a 512 of RAM. Not recommended, but I got this running with less than like 768 megabytes of RAM, and it runs okay. You can't do a lot, but the point is, I didn't have to throw this away. I believe this will hold up to 2 gigs of RAM. I can run Firefox. I think last night I had Firefox running in one more window. That's about it till it just bogs down. But that being said, if you have or an old desktop, but I bet if I popped in 2 gigs of RAM in this, it would be really nice. But it has less than a gig. Right? I thought one of my chips from the other machines would be compatible.
What kind of RAM does it take?
I think this is DDR2 at that time.
Laptop DDR2 RAM?
I think that's what this is. And the other ones are DDR3, of course. I went to put it in, of course, there's like a little notch on the RAM, and it wouldn't fit in this, so.
I'll look when we're done. I used to have RAM down here. I think it's in the other closet, but I very possibly might have several 1 gigabyte chips of that laying around.
Okay. Yeah, this will handle 2 gigs. I thought I had it, but that was kind of disappointing. But that being said, I got it running. And these had a hot swappable disk drive, so you could pop in like a CD drive, a DVD drive, a floppy drive, or a battery.
Yeah.
And in fact, I can show you.
Back when laptops were good and modular.
I know. Why? Maybe they do, but this here, I think I could show you. See this here? This is the same size as the disk drive on a ThinkPad, except it's a battery. Now, how cool is that? Which means if I had the normal battery in there, which would give you 2 or 3 hours, you add this, now you have half a day of battery power, with 2 batteries in there. So it's pretty nifty. Now these have lasted, this one originally from back in 05 or 06, and it still holds a charge, not as much. It's lost probably about half of its capacity. Now they say, Tom, I don't know how true this is, but they say if you stick these in a plastic bag and put it in the freezer, you may revitalize these batteries. I don't know how true that is. I got one in the freezer tonight just to see, but I don't know.
Probably not. The reason
Okay.
batteries go bad, no matter what kind they are, is
Yeah.
in the chemical reaction back and forth.
Yeah.
One of the chemicals that could be released, or
Yeah.
at least produced from the products of the
Hmm.
electroreaction, is a gas. And if that evaporates out, then you can't, restore that back. I mean,
Has
you
anybody
could
here tried that? Just for
you,
the sake of
you could
asking. Yeah.
rerun the reaction in a concentrated presence of that gas and
Mm.
reverse in the opposite direction. That would be the only way I can think of to get a battery
Okay.
back capacity.
Okay.
But
Well, I got two of these extra hot swappable battery. I got one in the freezer. I'm just gonna try. I mean, I got nothing to lose. It won't hold a full charge anyway.
yeah,
Um, but what was the point? Yeah, the point I was getting at. If you have an old machine that's somewhat outdated, this won't really run Windows 10. If it maybe barely. But the point is, I stuck in Linux Mint, XFCE, and it runs okay. So you can salvage it. Now, say the machine was broken. You can maybe reuse the RAM. Definitely pop out the hard drive because all your privacy stuff is on there. Duh. Maybe save some of the keyboard. Maybe save the keyboard, the keys that crack. Maybe the screen. Anything else, Tom, that I'm missing that you can maybe salvage for like a future? Assuming that you have multiple ThinkPads or multiple machines of the same kind. But the hard drive and RAM definitely save. So.
yeah, obviously power adapters, all those external things, and
Mm.
that's about it. I mean, depending on the
Yeah.
computer or whatever, you might. I mean, if the case is broken, save the motherboard.
Okay. Well, I mean, the power supply. Yeah, I forgot all about the. Obviously, those are the obvious things. Power supply.
Fans, processor
Okay.
fans.
Okay.
Like the Windows 7 computer I still have laying around. Probably the reason it's still laying around is I think nearly all of it has been rebuilt at some point in time.
Okay.
I think the motherboard, the processor, and the bottom part of the original case is original. Everything else has been replaced. I've replaced at least one screen, at least one keyboard, at least one bevel, at least one hinge. And the processor fan once or twice. Oh, I didn't replace the wireless card on that, but I did replace the wireless card on my other Dell. For some reason, I had a wireless card that went bad in the Dell.
Well, like I said, I mean, this here, when I spoke to Alan Pope last month from Ubuntu, he says he bought a ThinkPad for like 60 euros or something over there, 60 pounds, I think, in Britain, whatever they use. That's pretty cheap. He says you would have to upgrade their RAM. But the point is, with Linux, one of the advantages of Linux, you can salvage, resurrect, as it were, older, laptops or desktops and keep it running. I mean, for how long? I don't know. But that being said, use Linux to resurrect older machines. The other machine, I have a Toshiba with nice Harman Kardon speakers, are really, really nice. That one, the monitor went bad. Then I broke the freaking keyboard. But I can hook it up to my big screen TV so I can use that for some, tutorials or live shows. So that one's got Ubuntu. Lightweight.
Did you try on that computer? Did you try MX Lite and Peppermint on it as well, or do you just go with Linux Mint?
I have not. Linux Mint popped into my head because of my spare desktop. I have Linux Mint Mate, as you all know, but I haven't tried the other ones. I wanted to try. Actually, I tried Peppermint, but it would not support a non-PAE extension, physical allocation extension, right? Linux Mint does support it, so I'm kind of. It's kind of like narrow pickings with this particular machine because it had Windows XP original.
Yeah, I had that problem with that Windows 8 computer or Windows 98 computer. I need to just find the right puppy Linux to try and download. I'll try.
Lamer says, "Who disliked the stream?" Lamer, don't worry about it. He's in my Cadillac trunk. No, I'm just kidding.
That's why you get a big one, right?
He's popping. He's screaming, "Let me out!"
Yeah, well, I was looking at cars the other day, and I looked at the trunk here, and I'm like, oh, that's a two-bodyer back there, isn't it? And that deal.
Demonetized. There we go.
Nah. One of mine did. My hospitals are robbing the injured video did get demonetized though.
Yeah, what's that all about? I didn't catch that one.
it was the news thing,
Hmm.
where there's was it Vox? I think somebody is tracking uh emergency room abuse, like and the lady walks and she faints, hits her ear, walks in, they give her a band-aid and a ice
Hmm.
pack, and they send her a bill for five thousand seven
Oh
hundred
my
dollars.
God.
And it's just like, I mean, it's getting so ludicrous that, I mean, just to walk into the emergency room is an immediate $500 charge. It's like, what are you guys
There
doing?
is so much waste.
Yeah.
How much could hospitals save if they use Linux instead of Windows?
Well, I
Or
mean, what I'd like to see is, I want to see a full financial audit of the hospitals. All right, you're charging me $6,000 for an ice pack and a band-aid that I can pick up at Walmart or for under $5. Let's see the cost breakdown. Why is it costing so much? Let's see. This lady, actually, she refused the treatment. She didn't see the doctor. She didn't see the nurse. All she did is walked in there, filled out a little bit of paperwork with a receptionist, sat there for 2 hours. Nobody showed up, so she left, and they still sent her a bill for
wow,
$6,000. Like,
yeah.
let's see the breakdown on this. It's not like somebody came and did anything. And even if a doctor came to visit you, is the doctor's time probably not giving you more than 10 minutes? Is that doctor's time worth $25,000 an hour? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know what the solution is there, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's nuts. Of
Out,
all the things to worry
outright
about,
rioting in the streets. But the
yeah,
problem is
yeah,
that anytime you start messing with any of that health type
yeah,
of stuff,
yeah.
you get to that point to where it's like, oh, we can't mess with health. No, we need to mess with health right now. We need to get in there and say, enough is enough. The doctors need to make the choices, not the pharmaceutical companies. The hospitals need to be charging, charge a little bit of a profit. That's okay. But it
You
is
know,
price gouging to cause that much,
yeah.
just
I
hurting.
read
Because
something. Yeah, no, it's absolutely there. I read something where years ago, a scientist supposedly found the cure for some forms of cancer using technology, using frequencies, sound waves, maybe.
mhm.
I'm not exactly sure. Look it up. But he was dismissed as a fraud or a kook or whatever. But supposedly there's proof somewhere where it did work.
There's a
Um,
lot of those, actually.
yeah. Hmm.
Like, one of the things that is a fascinating compound is called Laetrile, which is it's actually a vitamin B complex. It's vitamin B complex 17. And the thing is, it's an organic molecule with a cyanide molecule in the middle.
Hmm.
And the thing is that if the molecule is cleaved open and releases the cyanide, it can kill a cell. The only cells you find that upregulated in is cancer cells.
Hmm.
And so, taking Laetrile, which is essentially like the pits to apricots, that has been demonstrated. In fact, they use that exact compound in chemotherapies.
Okay.
But it's essentially illegal to produce your own and take it for yourself to treat your own cancer. There was another doctor who set up a clinic in Mexico because he had a lot of really good luck doing
Okay.
some organic stuff with
Hmm.
organic juicing and
Okay.
coffee enemas, of all things. He had a very high
Coffee.
procurement rate.
Interesting.
Well, it was a coffee enema and
Wow.
a vegan, vegetarian, organic juicing diet.
Okay.
Um, what was his name? Somebody might know his name, but I mean, the thing is though, is that as you look at the balances between the medicines that we have, the wars that we see for technology now, who's going to win the technology war? These are the same wars that have been fought over medicine and vehicles and energy and power. It's why we have AC current instead of DC current, despite DC is sometimes easier to produce
Yeah.
and distribute. It's infinitely safer for sure. Harder to distribute, but infinitely safer. It's just because there were warring factions and the warring factions won. So it's weird. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
weird. So
Yeah. I guess the moral of the story is don't get sick.
that's it. That's it. Even
There
if you
was
have
a
insurance, it'll bankrupt you anymore.
there was a senator or congressman from Florida. I cannot think of his name. But he made me laugh. This was after President Obama was trying to do something with healthcare, trying to do anything, something. So the senator it was his time, for the floor to give his spiel, and he says he was talking about one party. I won't mention parties here, but he says that party, this is their health care plan. No, he went down the list. Number one, don't get sick. Number two, if you get sick, die quickly. That's their healthcare plan. To this day, I can't think of his name, darn. He's from Florida, but it just... I was like, wow, he got to the point. The doctors are complaining, stating that they are losing money. Well, it's being all controlled.
Well,
They're
I
being
mean,
overworked. But like Tom was saying, let the doctors take care of the patients, not
yeah.
the insurance companies. Right.
One of the things though that's going on right now in the hospital world is corporate takeovers in hospitals. Like, I mean, you're right in UPMC territory, right? Is that the name? It's the Pittsburgh. It's the
Yeah,
Pittsburgh,
yeah, yeah.
right? Well, they're buying up left, right, and center every hospital, and every hospital they come, it's like a wake of doctors who are leaving and nurses who are frustrated, and they're putting in all this kind of corporate regulation type stuff, basically sucking every small bit of humanity that might possibly have existed into there, and putting in their own policies, and people are frustrated. My mother
When
worked
these HMOs first came out, the late 80s, early 90s, it was HMO, health maintenance organizations, right? PPOs, preferred plan organizations. So I said, well, HMO stands for Hertz Moore Organization.
there.
PPO is Preferred Pain Organization.
That's it. Well, we had the pause tests in Wyoming. We have keystones out here. It's for all the students.
Okay.
Of course, the students have to come up with great acronyms. So pause became punishing all Wyoming students. So, big testing.
Hi, Tim. Hi, Tim. Oh, welcome to the stream. The sad part is our veterans. Yeah, that's another. Well, see, it's a Congress is pulling a fast one. They say they don't like government health care. They don't like socialism. Well, but they have it. So it's good for them, but it's not good for us. I don't think so. Would America benefit from a free national health service like the NHS in the UK? What we have now is not working, Cameron. It's that simple. So I don't know. I got relatives who live in Canada. They seem okay
Yeah,
with what
I'm
they
not.
have.
I'm not sure either one is the ideal solution, but
Yeah,
we need the corporatocracy to end.
yeah.
Somebody had mentioned the insurance companies are the big issue, I've taught Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University for a few years now. We had a guy in there, I think it was last year or 2 years ago. He was a missionary stationed in Japan,
Hmm.
and of course you have to come here when you're a missionary stationed overseas. You got to come
Hmm.
back for a hiatus time, 6-8 weeks. So
Hmm.
he was back for the period of time for our class, and so he's like, yeah, all our healthcare is completely paid for in Japan. It's 100% paid for. So it's like we don't even have to budget for that, which is a great thing. And people are like, oh, that'd be great. Well, the biggest problem is over there, a Band-Aid, you go to the hospital, and a Band-Aid, they charge you 25 cents, $1. Out here, you get a Band-Aid, and you're looking at a bill for $5,000. And that's the problem is that we got a lot of corporate garbage inside the hospitals that are jacking up prices to price gouging extremes. And that's the thing that needs to stop.
I had a
And
pleasant experience a couple of years ago at the Cleveland Clinic, which is about 2.5 hours, 3 hours from here. I mean, the Cleveland Clinic is world respected. And I think it's ranked number 4 here in the country for certain services. I went there for an eye checkup. I paid my deductible, which is $70. Less than a month later, I got a letter and a check from Cleveland Clinic. I overpaid them. They cut me a check for $35. I should have put that on a plaque on the wall for them being so on. The hospital paid me to go see them. I know. Now that's how it should be. Honesty. And the funny part is, I went there for a checkup, and it was my fault. I actually went to the wrong doctor, to the wrong office. When the nurse realized what happened, she says, I will find someone, because it's like a 3-hour drive or so. I wasn't going to drive home and drive back. Now, it took about 40 minutes, but the correct doctor came to see me. But that's service. I don't mind paying extra for that kind of service.
yeah,
But it's hard to find. Of course, the Cleveland Clinic is, world respected. Mayo Clinic, Johns Hopkins, a few others.
Hmm.
But every facility should be like a Cleveland Clinic type of facility, in my opinion. Only the best for everybody. It doesn't work that way, I understand, but I gotta be honest. Getting that check back, I'm like, wow. There's a
Yeah.
switch. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I had the insurance plan, from work, it was a decade ago, and of course it's on the West Coast, and I'm traveling on the East Coast. I was going to a forensics workshop up there, learn how to blow stuff up and not get caught. Really,
Hmm.
what they taught us. And then so I'm up there in Massachusetts at Williams College, and so I just took a tour up to the New England states, and of course, picked up a tick somewhere on the line. So, and so I'm stuck out here. It's like, well, I need to go get doxycycline, and so there's no doctor there's no doctor that would take the health insurance except one guy in the whole state. So I call him up, and they don't take out of state patients. Well, good thing you take a West Coast insurance
But
policy.
you're right, right, yeah,
And
yeah.
so, fortunately, it's who you know, not what you know. I happen to have a friend who this guy was his doctor, so I called him up personally. I'm like, "Hey, I'm a friend of so and so. Can you see me, man?" He's like, "Yeah, come on in." Like, thank you, I appreciate that.
There's a nice
You
little comment from a Lucy apprentice. It's morally and philosophically unethical for the profit motive to be the basis for keeping the human species
know?
healthy. I agree.
Yeah, there was actually a fascinating TED talk I saw today on the topic. When I loved most of what the guy was
Hmm.
saying until he got to that end, and the whole thing turned into, therefore, to do all this, we have
Yeah.
to all agree to send all of our data to the health insurance company, the doctor. That I'm
Ah,
like, okay, you have
here we
lost.
go again.
We have gotten off this train. But his idea, which was a good idea, is the health insurance company would only pay out to the hospital and the doctor if they were demonstrating that they were working in the best interest to keep the patients healthy. Because, and the reason that's so good is that in our current system, a healthy person doesn't provide profit for the medical community. The dead person doesn't provide profit for medical community, but the chronically ill person does. If you are
Hmm.
chronically ill, you're taking pharmaceuticals, you're seeing the doctor more frequently, you're going in and going in and going
It's a
in.
vicious cycle. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
think I've been into a doctor's office, a hospital, or whatever in, I think it was 5 years, maybe.
Okay.
And I just need to get some antibiotics and an injection.
Yeah, I go once a year, check up, blood work, stuff like that, just
Yeah.
to catch something ahead of time, like maintenance, as it were.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I buy my own stuff to do that because
okay. Well, I wear contacts, so I have to go see an eye doctor once a year for my glasses and
yeah,
contact. I don't have a choice there.
yeah, that's fair.
Obviously, if it's necessary, you
Yeah.
should go.
I mean, but I would absolutely recommend. One of the best preventive things you can do for yourself is go to Walmart, go to whatever store, pick up a blood sugar kit, pick up a blood pressure cup, and just the kind of those basic things, and at least once a month, particularly if you're healthy, once a month, because if you start seeing those numbers go weird, like if your fasting blood sugar goes over 100, you better go see a doctor. And
Yes.
if you have been doing that for 6 months, 8 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and you take that log to the doctor and say, well, doctor, I have been monitoring my blood sugar on a fairly regular basis, and here's my log, and I've noticed that for a consistent month, my fasting blood sugar was over 100. That is absolutely beneficial.
Hmm.
So, and what does that cost? Well, if you're not diabetic, therefore you don't need to run that every day. $20 a year, maybe.
Hmm.
That's worth it. A blood pressure cup, you should have a blood pressure cup at your house anyway. It's cheap, it's easy to store, it's small, and you can measure your pulse rate, you can measure your systemic, diastolic blood pressures. Keep logs of that stuff.
I
I
got
have
a
a
blood
logbook of all that.
blood pressure machine. Just pop in four AA batteries.
There you go.
Maybe it has Linux in it. Who knows?
That's
But
probably what I have. Yeah, I
yeah,
forget
and it
what my.
works. I got it at Walmart actually. Yeah, and it
Yep.
works great.
And you should do
Um,
all of those things and keep good logs
mhm.
so that when you do have an abnormality, you have a log and a record that's very beneficial for the doctor to help you figure out what the problem is. So,
Um,
but I love his model of just people are paid out to keep people healthy rather than paid out to keep people
Right.
sick.
Boy, there's a switch, really.
Yeah.
Let's
All
see.
until let's give all that private medical data all these different companies. That's where I got up that train real quick.
I was looking at the chat. I think we're caught up here. All right. Well, random chat for this evening. Or do you guys have any specific topics you want us to
Yeah,
chime in on, or shall we just move on?
that was totally random.
I know we went on a left field there, but that's okay. You know, everybody wants to be healthy using Linux, right? We had talked about Facebook alternatives. I think we talked about it before. There's something called Diaspora. I was looking at the website today. It seems pretty simple from what I read. Totally opposite of what Facebook is doing. It kind of looks like Facebook once you sign up and go through the process. Whether what they pledge, they can live up to what they pledge, remains to be seen in terms of protecting your privacy. I don't know. It's a great idea. The name is kind of, I've joked, diaspora reminds me when you go to the bathroom. But is it an alternative? Sure. We also talked about Mastodon as an alternative to Twitter. Again, unusual name because based on an extinct animal. Cameron, it's spelled, let me see, diaspora. I think it's, look up, I'll just type it in. I believe it's Diaspora Foundation. It's free. Check it out. In fact, let me go to.
I have the link right here.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. So.
I'm a moderator. I can do that. There you
Okay.
go.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at all these right now, so I have them all up. I'm actually looking at some other things as well. So.
Yeah. It's diasporafoundation.org. The online social world where you are in control. Great idea. Not the best name, but. And yeah, different languages. Okay, I haven't joined this. I thought about it. I thought about joining just to try it out. I don't have a Total OS Today page on Facebook because I never really fully trusted Facebook from the beginning. But Diaspora may be an option to take a look at least to try and give you my report. Derek from DistroTube signed up recently, if I am not mistaken. So we would have a friend on there. We like Linux. That says something about what that we may do. Most Westerners are not like Linux enthusiasts. Altec and Brendan is in the house. Just got here. Hello, Brendan.
Brendan, how's it going?
Very
You didn't
good.
miss much, Brendan. You missed a fascinating medical discussion.
Yes, most healthy people use Linux. Now I don't know if that's true.
All right. Less stress. You don't have to worry about
Less-
restarting your computer.
That's right.
25,000
Wash, rinse, no
hours.
wash, rinsing, and repeat. And then we also talked about salvaging an old machine, like my ThinkPad, which had HP. You can salvage an old machine with a lightweight Linux, like Linux Mint XFCE or Peppermint or whatever's out there. But right now we're looking at Diaspora and possibly an alternative to Facebook. Not a great name. But it says here, choose a pod. Number one, there's like 1, 2, 3 steps. Choose a pod, find a pod that suits you. I have to look into that more. You might prefer a smaller pod, one which allows cross-posting to external services such as Twitter. Okay. Number 2 is sign up. And number 3 is join the conversation with some tags, interests, music, photography, and so on. It seems basic, yeah.
I was gonna say, does this remind you of the pod people, or are we? I mean,
I hope not. But that might be an alternative to take a look at. And I may do it. I may just join it just to test it out. Like I said, DT is on there already, so why not?
yeah.
I mean, it can't be any worse than what we have now with Facebook, right? Coding Commanders. Hi, Coding. How are you?
Yes, some of the other ones we also hear about, there's Minds.com, and I don't know
Okay.
much about any of these because I'm not a social
I
media guy.
think Quidsup
Um,
uses Minds, and he's very secure conscience,
that
super
might be the
secure.
case. The thing with
Yeah.
Minds is, a lot of the people who are having a hard time with speech issues get over there because they don't, they're not geared towards certain directions that um, don't like the other directions. And so, um, uh, what I don't understand is like I don't get involved in all the crypto stuff. So it's like
Mhm.
it's the crypto social network. I have no idea what that means other than blockchain. Maybe. Um, but so Minds.com is recommended by some people, and um,
Yeah, I mean, I see Cody Commanders in the house, and you do programming, and you use Ubuntu. Have you thought about Facebook alternatives coding? Have you heard of Diaspora and Mastodon, or you just don't really mess with that? CFWW, hello from Mass. I think you mean Massachusetts, not the church, right? Mass. Okay, welcome.
well, I mean, some people these days, if they're stuck in church on a Saturday night, they might be on their phone instead. I mean,
It could
I
be.
would recommend it. You should be
Yes. Well,
worshiping, but
God accepts tweets 24 hours a day. So,
there you go. There you go. Yeah. Now,
um,
let's raise this other interesting question. I've raised it before on social media is, I mean, are you looking for social media because we're looking to have some type of community to reach out, or are we looking for it to share pictures with our families and friends? And if you're looking to just share pictures with family and friends and that's where you want to go, consider one of the open source platforms you can put on your own server. That way, nobody gets in there except for who you want in there, and you can do whatever you want without worrying about anybody borrowing your data and selling it.
well, Cody Commander says I would like to not use Facebook or YouTube, but that is where the masses are, and that is
Mhm.
true.
Yep.
That is true, at least for now, anyway. That
Yeah,
is
is
true.
Facebook still relevant though, coding, are you finding? Because I'm seeing Facebook becoming less and less relevant. Like right now, Instagram seems to be more relevant than Facebook.
Hmm. I don't use
So
Instagram. Yeah, I signed up, but I don't use it.
yeah, I mean, among the younger crowd, and that's generally the crowd you cater towards sometimes.
You
Um,
know, it's ironic that we have it's 2018. We have so many choices with Linux, but not as much for social media. It seems. Hmm.
so
Just the
Facebook's
opposite.
numbers are up from last month. Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Kitties like Instagram and Snapchat. I guess the people with the money are still on Facebook. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for your own family setup though, open source social network looks very promising. In fact, it looks pretty much like a complete Facebook clone. Um, and you could set up on your own server, completely private. Y'all can share between your friends and families all you want without worrying about anything else. Obviously, the downside is it's not like, hey, Facebook me. It's not a public thing, and that's kind of the
Hmm.
difference. Um,
Twitter is good for tech. Coding Commander. Okay. I like the short little tweets. You know,
yeah,
doesn't seem quite as intrusive.
I mean, for me, if I wanted
Yeah.
to create any social platform to just to keep people abreast, like, hey, we're going live, or hey, change of plans, Twitter might be the best place. I'm looking at those possible options to see what I want to do. But
Um, Younger people do more Instagram. Okay. Coding, you like Twitter? Yeah, Twitter's okay. I normally always, once I upload, I post to Twitter just like an update. I don't do as I do very little Total OS Today stuff on Facebook, but I may do it on Diaspora just to test it and go from there.
yeah, it would be
Um,
neat.
there is a need for a true alternative to Facebook. I love the name Family Book. I think we talked about it a couple of weeks. I love Family Book. It's non-threatening. It sounds friendly, loving, and all that. Um, but for something like that to succeed on a scale like Facebook would take venture capitalists, people with money, connections to promote it, make it happen, and then cross your fingers that it explodes like Facebook. Facebook started with an idea, person in college, and it exploded from there. So it can be done. It's been done in the past, and it will be done in the future. And I believe at the time, I think Mark Zuckerberg called it the Facebook. .com, and it was just Facebook, but I love Family Book. It just sounds friendly. But I think if something like that was to somehow venture into the realm of possibility, how would it get funded? If we are to avoid the mistakes, like say me and Switch are going to start Family Book, if we are to avoid the mistakes or the trappings of a Facebook, how is it going to survive? Right?
You got to charge money to use it.
Right. So the way that makes yeah. If you watch like PBS TV, NPR radio, a high percentage comes from viewers, from sustainers who donate a steady stream of money. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it's the volume of people. And that's why those stations with no commercials are going, because they just tell the people, look, if you like this quality programming, you're going to have to pay for it or it goes away.
Yep.
And that's how a Family Book would have to survive without the pitfalls and trappings of what happened to Now, that does not mean that a Family Book will not accept some form of advertisers or ads, but no strings attached.
That's the advantage of having enough people to be able to get your own ads. If I go and say, hey, I have 5 million people a month coming to my site, it's very attractive to, they may or may not care if I have solid analytics, if they can detect how many people exactly click on it. That's the downside. It's like I was talking with a friend about this earlier today. The fact is that in the old television, the old newspaper, the old radio, you sold the ads. The ads were out there. The ads were promoted. You had a general idea how many people were being exposed to your ad, but you didn't have the analytics that you have now. But the analytics is what causes all of the concern, because I don't want the company to know if I clicked on their ad today at 3 o'clock.
That's the thing. Let's say Family Book will accept minimal ads. Simple ads like, I like Powerade, so I approve a Powerade commercial. Simple, non-threatening, but like you said, how do we make sure that data doesn't get manipulated or sold, or there's nothing wrong with Powerade or Gatorade or whatever.
And in reality, there is still a way to sell ads directly like that with them still getting the analytics. I mean, it's a quite simple way. You just have to have that ad click into a specific page.
Okay.
You can measure how many times that page has been linked.
If you have a model that includes ads, it will not survive or be corrupted eventually. Coding, that's
the problem.
That's the challenge.
Yep.
In and of themselves, ads are okay, but where does it go from there? Again, if we had a Family Book with ads that me and Tom approved of products that we use, we're cool with that. Ads for ThinkPads or Dells or whatever. Right. Now, if we allow those ads, how do we know that the data won't be somehow manipulated? Or have a model where it's all, Cameron says, an open source social network running on donations only. Maybe, yeah.
Yep.
That would be the only 100% way to control it. Strictly on donations,
Yep.
Sponsorships, anonymous donations, and yeah.
I need to stir some ice cream. I will be right back.
Okay. I watch a lot of PBS. Sort of. I listen to NPR radio. Number one, it's nice not having commercials. Just like a steady stream of programming. I watch Nova on my Comcast, and they are supported by viewers. Sometimes company make donations, and that's fine. Hello, sad error 256. Using Flexbox. Interesting. Coding, of course, you can work on us with Family Book. Absolutely. I just love the name Family Book. It just sounds friendly. The ads and the data is just one concern. There's more, such as numerological aspects of overuse of these networks. The number one thing would have to be probably privacy and security. It's that simple. Oh, really? Coding. Interesting. We'll have to jump on one night, me, you, and Switch, and talk about that. But no ads at all. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that maybe one weekend. Yeah, Switch Coding Commander has been thinking about that too.
Ooh, we should get some stuff together. I got server space.
Maybe it's time. I don't know. The freezing of batteries. Oh yeah, we were talking about rejuvenating like laptop batteries, putting them in a freezer.
I should put batteries in my next ice cream.
Okay. Yeah, that'll give us some spice to it. Oh, you meant neurological, not numerological. You have big thumbs. Got it. Okay. Coding. Yes, you write code. Yes, I'm aware of that. Yes, you are smart because you can do something I can't. Absolutely.
Greetings, that error. I'm back. I was stirring ice cream.
Yeah.
I have an amazing French vanilla ice cream, French vanilla coffee ice cream I'm making right now, and it's just.
I went to a high school banquet last night, and I had 2 helpings of ice cream. I think I may have had too much. Man, it was good though. It was better than the food. He did it one time of desperation, knowing it wasn't going to work, at least not long term. Okay. That's okay. You meant neurological, not numerological. Not a problem. Understood. Lucy Apprentice. Yeah, we'll have to we'll have to get together maybe one week and me and you and Switch and talk about that.
Yeah.
See what the strategy will be. Maybe it's time. I think a lot of people are fed up.
I know we need people who are focused on concerned about privacy for stuff like that. So
yes,
we could get a following on that.
Yeah, I mean, you and Tom have the technological know-how. I have just the ideas to offer. You definitely want to do. Okay, we'll have to talk about it. Get together one night on a private chat and go from there. Sure.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think Family Book is great. Why not? Facebook started with an idea. So did MySpace, right? Was an idea. I think they're still around. MySpace is actually still around.
Yeah, it's like a place for like musicians and stuff now, isn't it?
Is that what it is? Okay.
I don't know. Let me go there. MySpace.com.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
That way we'll at least get one hit today. Celine Dion joined by Deadpool in music video for first new song in 13. What? That headline is too long for your scroll. In 13 months, watch his interpretive dance. So that is MySpace. Oh my God! I have an animated ad for a roller coaster. Yeah, it's Star Wars Secrets cast of Solo takes people behind the scenes. It's a lot of popular art stuff. Yeah, it looks like musicians and popular artists.
Okay, so they're still around. Yeah, because before Facebook, that's all people talked about was MySpace. It actually joined, and I've been on there. I even forget my username and password, I think. The top 8 alternatives to Facebook. We have Vero, Mastodon, Ello, Dig, really? Steemit. Steemit, as in steaming vegetables. Rafter, R-A-F-T-R, Diaspora, Signal, Telegram, iMessage. Telegram is somewhat popular. I don't use it, but I think it's popular in the Linux community. But I may give Diaspora a try just to see what it's like and have a Total OS Today page on there, since I don't have it in Facebook. But Diaspora has good ideas. It's unfortunate name. I mean, I'll be honest. But they have some good ideas. A decentralized social platform. I guess that's the goal, theory behind it. Let's see, what else did they mention? Signal. I've heard of Signal. That's fairly new.
Well, a lot of those they're mentioning are just, they're not social media as much as they're just communication.
Yeah.
Like Signal is Signal, WhatsApp, Silence is the one that comes on Copperhead. They're just they're video chat, voice chat, basically like text applications, SMS, end-to-end encrypted SMS applications.
Yeah.
I don't know why those are showing up as Facebook alternatives. Okay. They're not, except Facebook Messenger they could replace.
Okay. Let me see here. Let me try this one. This link real quick. Oh, this Vero's coming up again on this one. Mastodon, Steemit. That's Steemit. That's S-T-E-E-M-I-T. And Diaspora. Here's Minds. Anyway, like I said, I might check out Diaspora just to see what it's like. It can't be any worse than what we have now. So, Cody, you had MySpace? Okay.
Sad error, you're starting to riot? Oh, wait, what's riot.im?
Excuse me. Let me get out of that. But yeah, I think my next experiment might be Diaspora. Diaspora.
So riot.im looks like another one of those. Is that it? Is that error? It's just like another one like Signal, WhatsApp, things like that? The thing with Signal is it still requires Google services to use. That's why Copperhead couldn't ship Signal. They end up shipping Silence, and there's another one. I think Silence is the one that's on Copperhead. Let me see.
Yeah, Diaspora is a scattered population, yes, whose origin lies in a separate geographic locale. Yes, that is true. And I understand why they use that name. It just sounds, like I said, like I'm going to the bathroom. Anyway.
Yeah, sad error. What was you send about updates? What's not working in the updates? And how long is it taking your phone to boot? Mine's the normal length to boot. Alright. Wait.
Sounds weird, yeah, Mill. Yes, it does. Diaspora. It does. I'm just looking at some other news here. Let me see here.
There's, I think we have the absolute best one here. Let me make sure it's appropriate before I put the link in there.
People think Bigfoot is hanging out in New Jersey. Hey, New Jersey, hey. Sure, why not? Fidel, hello, Fidel Arnold. How are you? Forgot to mention, if you would like to support Switch to Linux, check out his Patreon page. What's that page again?
It's patreon.com/Tom M. If you actually check out switchtolinux.com/support, that has all the ways.
Very good. And I currently only use PayPal right now. I do have an Amazon link. If you want to do shopping, you can use. And Tom, you have also Amazon, don't you?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
All those are
that's
on.
very good.
Sad error. 5 minutes to boot. That is a while. That is something there. For the update, you have to reboot the phone from the notification. So pull down the notification, tap it and slide it down a little bit, and you'll get an update button. That's how to actually push the update in such a way it will install. It took me about a week to figure that out. It was not well documented. But that's what's up with the install or the updates. Discord is a social network, in my opinion. I think so. Discord.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, because people produce the Discord channels, and people go in there and hang out. It's more like a voice-based or chat-based. But
there are people out there, or entities. I'm just reading this. Turnbull has committed 500 million. I don't know what Turnbull to a protection package for the Great Barrier Reef. That's wonderful. Save piece of planet Earth. I bet you there are loads and loads of anonymous, people who have been blessed with a lot of money who want to do something positive but don't know what to do. They want to do it somewhat anonymously. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Fidel, does anyone know if the 1804 Ubuntus are lighter? Not the new standard 1804 new.
My guess is they're heavier because everything seems to get heavier with time.
The Ubuntu based, like Ubuntu's Ubuntu, they're just as light as before, in my opinion. But the standard Ubuntu, no, it's a little bit heavier. But the Ubuntu's Ubuntu, Linux Mints, Mint won't come out till probably June. But if you're looking for light in general, I probably would not go with standard Ubuntu. Yeah. Now, if you got beefy machine, at least 4 gigs of RAM, it won't really matter that much. But I was talking before about resurrecting this old ThinkPad that had Windows XP. GNOME not going to work good on that at all.
No.
XFCE is fine. Yeah. So, I was joking last night. These ThinkPads are like Toyotas, man. They just keep running and running and running. It's hard to,
hard to stop them.
It's hard to stop it. They just don't break down that much. Even the ones that I've dropped, the cracked on, they still keep on running. I mean, I'm sure eventually they'll say, "That's it, I'm done." But like this one here with with the broken battery clip, there's no standard battery. There's just a hot swappable battery. It still feels heavy. It still works. Yes, Ubuntu would have worked on this machine, but since I'm pretty familiar with Linux Mint, I stuck with Linux Mint. Of course, Tom uses a cinnamon flavor. But yeah, you can. We were talking about before how to salvage an older machine or ThinkPad or laptop. Use Linux, of course.
The latest puppy though will not work with a Windows 98 computer.
Oh, because of the processor.
Yeah. So I have 2 here that Joe said to look into. So actually, I have 3. He gave me 3 to look into. So they're written down. I'll get them over there.
Okay. Let's see. I think we're caught up here.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty caught up in the comments.
Okay. Yeah, tonight's just pretty much a random discussion for this evening. So if there's anything you guys want us to mention, to talk about, or comment, or answer a question, hello, Omega Beast, get them posted, please, in the chat.
I will. I will probably next week or the week after be talking to the head of Copperhead in a video.
Cool.
If anybody has questions on that we should ask the Copperhead team, let me know here or on my channel, and I'm compiling a list of questions to ask.
I need to get a hold of Martin Wimpress from Ubuntu Mate, have him back on the show 2 years later, 3 years later. I've lost track. Of course, that's what I use now for my everyday machine with Ubuntu Mate, so it's awesome.
Fidel likes, sure, yeah, that's nice. Shop.switchlinux.com.
I got lots of shirts from different I got like Sprint, IBM, Compaq, Bell South. When I lived in Florida, I got tons of shirts. Anyway, Discord is based on Electron and very hackable. Really? It's hackable? Ooh. Interesting. Okay.
Hack, hack, hack.
It is the year of the hack. Of course, it was last year too.
Yeah, it's. No, I think last year was the year of the hack. I think this is the year of the data leak.
Ah.
The year of the leaky data.
Let me go to something else here. Hang on.
Oh yeah, let me see if I can find some fun, ridiculous news.
Yeah. What's this here? Apple took 8 days to give me data that it had collected on me. It was eye-opening. I bet it took Apple 8 days to give it to you. That's a lot of data. All right, nothing there. So,
Man murdered after WhatsApp argument over who was least gay.
oh my God.
Wow.
That's pretty, yeah, it's funny but sad at the same time. Man keeps calm as swarm of bees engulf truck. Wow, that's a crap load of bees.
Should have worn a bee suit.
To be or not to be, but a bump bump.
Ooh, that was bad. Let's see.
Here.
Ever notice how Huffington Post is stupid?
My favorite news thing of the week, police in Brazil or somewhere, they said the missing 1,300 pounds of marijuana was eaten by mice. I've heard of mellow mice, but that's ridiculous.
That mouse is probably super mellow.
Hey. Well, one guy wrote, I guess he's a doctor or some. Number one, it's impossible. And number two, there would have been a lot of corpses, even if it was true. Mice corpses, you know. The police no longer work for the, you know, duh. God, real. That's the best that they could think of. Mice.
Woman lived with a cockroach in her ear for 9 days after.
Oh my God.
Out.
Ugh.
Oh, this must be the one you were talking about. Crash releases a swarm of bees and dogs onto Virginia highway.
I think that's another one. Yeah. Hello, Chuck. Welcome. French president calls Aussie's prime minister's wife delicious. What's that supposed to mean? I won't even go there. This is interesting. Saudi Arabia apologizes for showing images of scantily clad women wrestlers. Wow, there's a switch. New York is a New York story. Pitbull bites down on NYC subway rider's foot after alleged fight over seat. Those New York Bulls, man, you gotta watch.
Oh, well, New Jersey's got to beat. School's mystery pooper identified as nearby district superintendent.
Beautiful.
Responsible for leaving human feces on a high school field was identified as a nearby school's superintendent. Great. These are our educators.
So he was supervising his anyway, yeah.
There's an ice cream flavor I'm not making. Another one from New Jersey. What is up with you, New Jersey? Something in the water? New Jersey ice cream company unveils ham flavor. Ooh.
No.
Yeah. Bad.
Something from Germany. German shoppers sample burgers made of buffalo worms. Tom, you're the cook. What say you about that?
Buffalo worms?
Burgers made of buffalo worms.
Yeah, high in protein, you know.
Okay. All
Not
right.
sure I want to eat one, but
Okay. I guess if you were stuck out in the wilderness and had to survive. Okay. All right. Wow. Let's see here. Restaurant pizza shames workers who burn pies. This guy's wearing a suit. I burned a pizza. Pizza shaming. Nice.
oh yeah, did you see this one? There's an armored truck that accidentally dumps cash on the Indiana Interstate.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, yeah. The door came
They're-
Oops,
they're
oopsie. I
asking
didn't close.
anyone to
Oops.
pick
I
up
thought I
Play-Doh.
locked it. I thought you locked it. No, I thought I locked it. I don't know.
Yeah. Police are asking anyone who picked up $20 bills to please return them.
Yes, I'm sure all of them will get returned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rapper with song "Sell Drugs" gets prisoned for selling drugs. Okay. Guess that makes sense.
A kangaroo is filmed hopping down the middle of a Texas road. okay then.
A lot of things happen in Texas, I
I've
guess.
seen interesting things in Texas, but I have not seen a kangaroo hopping down the road. I did.
Gael. Yeah. Yeah.
One day I was driving through Amarillo and I was
Uh-huh.
drinking some amaretto coffee and I almost hit an armadillo. So, I mean, that's my craziest Texas story. So,
Switch. Read Gael's comment. It's pretty good.
those burgers have less worms than Windows 10. nice.
But a bump. Colin is in the house. PC. I think that's you. PCTLC. Hello, Colin. You can join the stream if you like.
Omega Beast. Wish I could understand why I get fuzzy image at 1360 by 76 any clear one. It's because it is stretching your vertical pixels by a small percent. Even if you go into like a Photoshop or a GIMP or something and you stretch it just ever so slightly, like an almost imnoticeable amount, you'll see the same thing. It has to do with the screen resolution.
Oh, this is. I mean, it's not funny. It's actually trap, but it says here wedding shooting video. Groom is shot to death by best friend in celebratory gunfire gone wrong. Oh my lord. Didn't he have any training? Maybe he didn't. I don't know. That's yeah. Wow. Let's see.
Fisherman, another one in New Jersey. What is it with New Jersey? Fisherman lands a mammoth 58-pound bass in New Jersey. That's a big fish.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man hospitalized after. Oh my God. I guess I could say it's late night, sort of. Man hospitalized after attempting sex with car.
Well, I guess he had a sex drive.
It's the new Ford S Drive. Yes. Oh my God, dude.
Play-Doh fingerprint leads to arrest of Walmart suspect. Be wary. Be wary.
Police officer apologizes with "Sorry, I tased you" cake. Oh God. Okay. Colin. That story about the guy in the car. I don't know what to say, so I won't even go there. Yeah, the motor running got his motor running, Keegan. Yes, but bum. Oh my lord.
Oh boy, Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City police officer rescues a chicken who is crossing the road.
You're right, Albert. I cannot write this. This is why me and Spatry we had so much fun and were so successful over the years for the news and not, because it was all true. Even when Spatry thought mine weren't true, they were all true. And some of them were so. One of my favorites is fire extinguisher factory burns down in Chicago. Next to a fire station. I mean, I can't make this up, man. Oh, God. Yeah, Colin, he was exhausted after that car scenario. Yeah, exhausted. Ha ha, get it, the car. Bada-bada-bada-bing. Man robs bank to impress Taylor Swift. No, that ain't gonna impress anybody, sir. Yeah. Yep. Um,
Apparently, I don't know if, I mean, it says it's California. I'm not sure if it was Bodega Bay or not, but California graduation ceremony interrupted by swooping pelicans.
I saw that. Yeah. Um, let's go to the next one.
The oldest known spider was killed by a wasp at the age of 43.
Oops.
Yeah.
Man robs bank, then robs it again. A man in the U.S. state of Ohio, oh, that's here, is accused of robbing a bank one day after being released from prison for robbing the very same bank 2 years ago. Okay.
There's the my mother lives in this really small town with, I think, a population of 100, and I think 95 of them are related.
hmm
And there's the bank in town, and there it gets robbed consistently every 3 years. Gets robbed.
Wow.
They hire a security guard for 2 years. Nothing happens in those 2 years. They lay off the security guard. 6 months later, again, gets robbed again. It's probably the same guy down the street.
Teacher tells class
Oh, good.
to spit on naughty student.
How's this one? Drivers solve merging dilemma with rock paper scissors.
Whatever. Sure, why not?
Better than how they solve them in New York.
Wow.
Wave
Here, Colin, we cannot make this stuff up, man. Yeah.
Oh, Iowa. Giant inflatable duck rolls down an Iowa street.
Let's see. Boy runs away to Bali on credit card from Australia. Well, good for him. Baker busted for making Chinese money cakes. I don't quite get that one. Okay.
Winds carry a runaway trampoline through a neighborhood in Alaska. Who has a trampoline in Alaska?
I guess they can do it in the summer. It gets warm there. I don't know. Warm enough to go trampolining in the summer? I don't know. Let's go.
Oh,
to the
I'm
next
out.
one.
I ran out. My
Did
page
you?
ran out.
Oh, okay. Hang on. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let
this
me
is
see if
just
I can find another one.
worldwide stuff. I mean, it's yeah.
There we go. Strange and odd news stories.
There we go. Rare disease makes bones in woman's arm disappear. Wow. Interesting. They have 3 months of good weather? What, in Alaska? Okay. But you won't see girls in bikinis. You'd be surprised, Gael. You'd be surprised, yeah.
All right, that page has way too many gifts on it.
Pranksters put Borders school up for sale on eBay. Okay. Drinking gin and tonic could help reduce hay fever symptoms. Ooh. Clubbers in jockstraps and harnesses forced to evacuate nightclub.
Grumpy cat wins $700,000 in federal case over identity.
Oh my god. Meow.
Meow. Hey kitty, I want you to go and win a $700,000 case for me. See, if my cat gets any more popular, I'm gonna have to get an insurance policy on him.
Homeless looking. I'm reading something in the chat.
Oh boy,
wow.
oh boy. There's an article here from my town. Let's see this guy.
TSM, that is some weird, story. Wow.
New rule puts hundreds back in the pockets of. Wait, what?
Mark Yates, these streams keep you sane and social. Okay. We're the doctors, Dr. Tom and Toss. Let's see. Blockbuster helps Russell Crowe's jockstrap helps business, huh?
What?
In Anchorage, Alaska. Never mind, I'm not going to go there. Gregory Locke, welcome, welcome. Yeah, TSM, a stable relationship, but a bump. Good one.
A carrot-addicted kangaroos hopping mad at terrorists. Or tourists, excuse me. Wow.
Let me check you sent me an email. Hang on, let me take a look.
So there's a U.S. burger joint that is offering a burger with a tarantula on top as an option.
Oh my god. Why?
Hey, why not? I mean, wouldn't you want to eat a tarantula?
No.
Okay.
Forget about it. Gregory sent me an email. Am I going to bring that back? I don't know. Gregory, you want me to share that question? If not, then I won't. But the answer is I don't know. Crunchy frog. Let's see here. Wi-Fi network. Tom, you might like this one.
Okay.
A Wi-Fi network named Remote Detonator prompts gym evacuation.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Oh my god.
We had let me see. All right, here's a fun game for our viewing audience. What is the best wireless access point you can see that you don't own from right now at your computer?
Da, 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 da.
The best one I have is Waldo, because I just want to know where that is.
I have fond memories of playing Halo with strange people with unusual gamer tag names. Like one was Mr. Poopy Pants, Butternuts, Master Nate. I mean, the list goes on and on. Those were the days.
Yeah, we had my old apartment. We had one that was called NSA Spy Van.
Good one. Let's see. T.S. said you like butternut. I kind of like butternuts. It reminds me of honey roasted peanuts, sort of, in a way. But yeah, there was one. He called himself. He went to Jared's, or maybe it was a she. I don't know. Benedict Arnold's hair to be displayed at the fort he captured. Interesting. Okay.
Barbara Streisand cloned her beloved dog.
Ah. Okay. Well, she likes dogs. What can I say? Yeah. Yeah, Colin, remote detonator on a Wi-Fi network. God, well, what were they thinking? Or maybe they knew exactly what they were doing. Still.
Yeah, I'm not reading that one on there.
Let's see here. Let's try this one.
I think I found the lamest scary news. Oh boy, what do you got? I haven't found anything good over here.
This has got to be the story of. First, I gotta make sure it's real, not fake. Hang on. Give me a second here. Okay. Woman farts during surgery, causing laser to catch fire. Oh my God! Let me read it.
Wow.
Because first you're like, "Oh, come on, Toss," but then you read it. Okay, well, what's farting? Methane, right?
Yeah.
So let me read what happened. Oh my God! Give me a sec. I gotta compose myself. The patient who was undergoing surgery, which involved a laser being applied to her cervix, passed gas during the operation and ended up being badly burned. Just not funny. But what's funny is there's a picture of this with someone's rear end and fire coming out of his you know what. Oh my God. That's the
I'm not sure we're beating that one.
no. That's the news and nonsense of the year, guys. And the year isn't over. Well, I just made it that. Yeah, I know. Colin said like it.
Oh, that's from like 2 years ago.
But still.
It's hilarious. Yeah.
God. Oh man. It is a fact not universally known that farts are flammable. Yeah. Oh my God. There was a story a few years ago where a farmhouse exploded because there was a concentration of cows and it caught fire. I guess they were farting and someone lit a match and the whole thing blew up. Oh my God. And now a commercial from the Baked Beans Federation, right? Gregory says the urine has gone downhill. Oh man.
Yep.
That made my night. Let me see if I can find something else here. God.
Wow.
I mean, what do you tell your friends and family? Well, surgery didn't go well. Oh, sweetie, what happened? My ass caught fire. What do you say? Let's move along. Well, that was a good one. A woman sued KFC for $20 million because family bucket wasn't filled to the top. Ouch. Okay.
French shoppers get into a brawl over Nutella price cut.
Wow. That's weird. Let's see here. Girl sues parents for sharing embarrassing childhood photos online. Oh, come on. It's from also a couple years ago. Really? Jeez.
I think you mentioned this one before, didn't you? A New Hampshire man arrested for biting police dog.
I don't know. Did I remember? Maybe I did. There was a story last year. A priest, a church received a stash of marijuana, something worth about $200,000. So I joked, I think the priest said hallelujah. And then I joked, well, I hope that story doesn't go up in smoke. What a bump bump. I couldn't resist. All right, Gregory, thank you for stopping by.
See you, Greg.
I hope we made your night a little bit more entertaining. Yeah.
Alien sightings are no excuse for filing your tax returns late.
Well, this year you tax you had until April 17th versus the 15th. They gave you a few extra days, I think.
Again with New Jersey, drunk droning is now illegal in New Jersey.
Drunk droning?
It is illegal to fly an unmanned drone aircraft when you're drunk.
Okay, I guess that would be a problem. Yeah, some people have a problem, flying it straight, not drunk or whatever. Yeah.
Well, next time you think that old people drive too slow,
Yeah.
French police stop a drunk driver who's 73 after 17 spins around a roundabout.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well, Russia's an interesting place. 4 months ago, Russian man rams armored personnel carrier into a shop and steals wine. He drove to the door with a tank. Why not?
Yeah, he had to have his wine. What can I say? Let's see.
According to the Swiss government, lobsters must be comfortably numb before cooking.
Yes, mandatory. Thief covers security alarm with clay, leaves behind his fingerprint. Not too bright. Chinese man slings dying dolphin over his shoulder. In bizarre video. Interesting. That's one way to get tanked. Yeah, right. Exactly, Chuck. But you guys are on the ball tonight with these comments. He needed help with son's math homework. Got it from a stranger on the subway. Aw, isn't that nice?
London cafe unveils selfachino, self-portraits in froth.
Why not?
Yep.
Let's try odd news from Hawaii. I haven't been to Hawaii. Let's see.
Right.
Man soils plane bathrooms, diverting flight to Alaska. Oopsie. Fake doctor gets 10 years for bogus deadly butt injections. Okay. Dad puts disrespectful son's SUV on Craigslist. Ouch. Ouch. Let's see. Yeah, nothing there. Nothing else there. Milk is so expensive. Cows buy stock themselves. Yep.
Oh, this guy was featured in Super Size Me, but the U.S. man eats his 30,000th Big Mac.
I saw that. Yeah, and he's still going. Wow.
Well, the thing is that, and this is the funny thing about that documentary, which was the biggest.
It was a good documentary. Yeah.
It wasn't. It was actually horribly done. He
really
will not
Super
release his
Size
food.
Me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was entirely fraudulent. His food logs were completely inaccurate. You would have to
really?
eat 3 entirely supersized meals to even come close to the calorie count that they said that he was eating every day, and he will refuse hundreds of requests. He refuses to release his food logs.
Interesting.
The entire thing is a fraudulent thing. But if you look at that, if you look at this particular guy, there's like, well, somehow he's doing it. It was just weird oddity. Well, the thing is that the thing that's bad for you at eating fast food, it's the fries, it's the soft drinks, it's the sugars.
Well,
this guy
it all
doesn't
adds
like
up.
the fries,
Yeah.
and he doesn't like soft drinks.
Okay. Still though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he eats Big Macs and Diet Cokes or waters. That's why he's thin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go there that much. Their coffee's good. I think they make chicken. Is that Wendy's, or then they make nice chicken wraps? Are pretty good.
I mean, they used to, but I don't think they have the wraps anymore.
Okay.
I think McDonald's did away with wraps. It's kind of a bummer because those were good.
Yeah. As far as burgers, I think I like a Burger King burger. There's something about the broiled burger; they just taste better.
Yeah, they're real beef and they're flame broiled. So
they're really good. Yeah. Grumpy Cat wins $700,000 in federal case over identity.
Yeah.
Identity over a cat's identity, Chuck? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I read that one earlier. Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Do a couple more.
Yeah, I think I gotta finish out the ice cream and clean the house.
Let's see.
Doctors remove 132-pound ovarian tumor in Connecticut.
Wow.
A little big.
Wow, yeah. Let me try some auto weird news. We haven't done auto. Let me see what comes up here. And then I'll be done. Eight Ram 1500 stolen. Okay. Let's see here. Tesla driver banned from road for leaving his seat while on autopilot. Not too smart.
I was going to cover that article yesterday, and I
not too smart. Okay, yeah, that's
he put his car into the autopilot mode, which is still the worst name for something he could do, and then he proceeded to move over and start reading a book or something in the passenger seat. So he was, of course, stopped, and they took his license away for 18 months. Woman charged with stealing a butterfly from an Ohio exhibit.
Really?
Why?
This one I think I read some time ago, but it's cute. Cheetah, I guess they're out on safari, whatever. But Cheetah mistakes a Land Rover for a Jaguar. Ha ha.
Citywide paintball war in Detroit has cops on high alert.
Oh my God.
Like, what else are you gonna do? See Detroit, man? Eesh.
I guess. Let's see. Albert has something.
Timmy's robbery suspect busted after using ferry as a getaway vehicle.
Bobcats fight for territory at the top of a utility pole. Yep. You can't trust those Bobcats, can you?
I'm a John Deere guy myself.
Nothing rides like a John Deere. I think that was a commercial or something. Okay, I think I'm done with news and nonsense for tonight. But yeah, that one with the gas and the surgery, that one made me laugh.
That one's a good one. Yeah,
that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Well, I think we are done for this evening. This random topic. These are fun every once in a while. You never know what can pop up. And tonight was that wonderful news story. Wow. Driving a Tesla maybe requires a special license. It requires a special intelligence, possibly. No? But not a special license. It's a car. I've seen it. When I went to Pittsburgh a few years ago, one of the malls, there was a young lady there showing off the Tesla. I forget which, but it had like in the middle. If you've seen, they had a big computer, so it looks pretty slick, actually. But yeah, common sense is you put it on autopilot, you still got to be in the seat just in case something happens. But whatever, what do I know? Thank you, Coding. She says she has enjoyed listening to us. Good. Okay, cool. Yeah. Awesome.
Let's know we have time to get together and talk about this project.
Yeah, family book. We'll see. Next weekend is Mother's Day weekend, so I think I'll be available. I don't know.
I have no idea what my schedule is going to look like, but I will know by midway through the week.
Okay. I still got to get in touch with my cousin Gabriella. She's an aspiring singer out of New York with a wonderful God-given voice. I got to have her on live. She says she'll do it when she has time. I met her for the first time, actually. Last time I was in New York, I think she was born 20-some years ago. So, are we getting Coding Commander roses for Mother's Day? You want us to send you virtual roses, Coding?
See what we can do.
Yeah, we can do that. All right, I think that's it. Anything else, Tom?
No, I think that's everything on my end.
Okay. As always, thank you for watching Total OS today and switch to Linux. Catch us possibly next Saturday night. We'll see if that's Mother's Day weekend, so maybe not next Saturday. Support Tom on Patreon and Amazon. Of course, I have the PayPal if you'd like to support the channel. If you have questions, comments, ideas for future shows, you can always just send us an email. Thank you, Coding. And then we'll just, who knows, we may pick your topic and maybe have you as a special guest on the show. You never know.
There you go.
You never know. And yeah, bye all. Thank you. And that's it. So maybe we'll catch you next weekend. In the meantime, you can find this here on the YouTube. So I was thinking about doing a late night tech show tonight, like around midnight. I've done a few just to get people in different time zones a chance to stop in and say hello. So I don't think I'll jump on Biddle, but what I may do is maybe do some odds and ends and maybe at midnight come on again, possibly, just a random, thing, just to let, once again, people in different time zones just stop in and say hello. So look for me possibly at midnight. Those of you out there in the interwebs.
Don't be looking for me at midnight.
Yeah,
I need to take care of a bunch of things and then probably sleep a little bit earlier. I'm dying.
Well, I caught up today with what I had to do, especially cutting the entire grass and trimming. So
yeah, I'm mostly done. But if anyone's over to Big Daddy Linux tonight, give them my regards. I will not be there.
Yeah, I won't be on. He's going to start about 7 minutes, but yeah, I might be on around midnight my time, which is about an hour and a half from now. So if you would like to come on again, who knows? I may pick one of you guys to join me. Family-oriented show. All right. That's it. On behalf of myself and Switch to Linux, we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
Later all. Have a good one.